My name is Derek Thomas, and I am a certified behavioral consultant using the DISC, or commonly known as the DISC, the four types, DISC. And today I'm going to talk to you about how to use or implement DISC with the sales position, the salesperson, the sales team. Just a little brief insight, clue in how that might work. You already know about sales, but people that we trust or recommended by a friend. In the relationship, it might be fairly shallow, but it's important. So the question is, how can we build satisfying sales relationships? And psychology tells us this, that we're more at ease with those who mirror our style. So what that really means is that when a D personality is talking to another person, that D personality salesperson needs to know enough about the DISC types in order so that they can first recognize who they're talking to and then change their approach to that person so that person evolves and not just sees another salesperson. It becomes, does that salesperson know enough, or are they willing to change their approach so that although they are a D personality, which is the dominant personality, even though they may be a D personality, can they soften it up a little bit? Can they become a I personality and maybe be talkative and not so just one way with their conversation? Maybe they could become a C personality, and instead of being aggressive, maybe they could just give some details because that person that they're talking to is a C personality and they may need the details. So, in figuring this out, here's a couple of clues that you can use to quickly figure out who it is that you're talking to. So, this is called the DISC body language, okay? So, a fast talker, they're usually a D or an I. They're usually a dominant personality or the influential personality. Okay? A slow talker, on the other hand, is usually an S, which is the stable, steady person, or a C, which is the conscientious person. Okay? So a fast talker is usually a D or an I, and a slow talker is usually an S or a C. Let's keep on going. So the fast walker and big hand gesture person, they just don't know what to do with their hands. That person is a D or an I. Okay? They're the get it done people. They're the talkers. But the minimal gesture person, that person is going to be a S or a C. These clues are important because when you're wanting to make a sale, remember yourself mirror the customer as opposed to the customer mirroring you. You need to mirror the customer because then the customer becomes trustworthy and everything flows through relationships. So when that relationships reach the element of trust, you can sell them anything, and hopefully you'll be selling them the right thing. So the slow walker, minimal gesture person is the S or C type in the DISC system. Here's another one. The person that sits forward, the person that is intense and alert in their posture. Well, guess what? That's the D and the I. So when you approach them, whether they're in your office setting or even if you approach them, but their stance is very alert. They're conscientious to what's going on. That's a D or I. On the other hand, you have a person that's kind of leaning back in the chair, very relaxed in their posture. You can count us or a C personality. Very good on the body language. When we understand the body language, then we understand how we need to change in order so that we can be a fit and obtain a good customer. A potential customer can become a good customer just by changing how our our style and our approach. Needs effective salespeople, and selecting those who will be successful is very challenging. So we know that there are employers who believe that there's a particular style that will excel at sales. Heard this before, that the DiSC is not a predictive tool. Okay, it won't predict success in your sales or any other discipline for that matter. But to assume that because you have a successful salesperson who is an I style, the influential comedic talk, always up, personality, just because you have one that's like that doesn't mean that your next salesperson should be an I too. Because if you look at it that way, that's pretty much a flawed strategy for building a team of salespeople, because we are adaptable. And this is very important. We as people are adaptable. And we have different skills. We have different unique experiences. So two people who appear to be identical on paper may present themselves really diametrically opposites when it comes to sales. So using the DiSC, successful style, so that you can accomplish the goal of the team, the goal of the company. So people or salespeople being aware not only of their own style, but yes, needing to be aware of their style so that they can know how they communicate, and then they can be aware of how they're communicating in a particular moment to the person, and be able to say, I think that person is probably a C because they keep asking me questions about detail. And here I am, a DI person that's been hired on, and I'm just trying to get it done. And I'm having conversation. And I need to present some facts. I need to present some history because the person I'm talking to is a C person. Decisions based on the past, not the present. They based on the past. And so understanding the different personality types will help not just the sales manager, but everyone on the sales team to make better decisions, to respond better in the moment, to respond better in crisis and stress and under tension, to understand themselves as well as to understand also how to keep the long-term customers by putting the right people, the long-term customers that want to hear you be cordial, want to hear you be nice, and want to hear that you're trying to make every opportunity satisfying for them. So the DiSC system is very good for that. It's not a do-all tool, but it is great and imperative that any sales team would have it in order to go to the next level. Hope you enjoyed this.